Okay, so this video is going to be my outdoor project update video. As you see, I've got the garden pond in and starting to work on. I need to bring in some more dirt around there, and then some mulch and the plants and whatnot. And then I'm working on building up my waterfall there on the back side. I found that rock, and it's the only one I've got so far. So this is all I've got going on. I used to have this out as a rectangle, as you can see, but I didn't like the way that looked. It didn't fit right with the yard. It this corner seemed to stick way out too much, so I'm gonna put an angle on that and see how I like that. So that's what I'm working on there. And also sometime today I also got to put together the new grill, because you can't have summertime without a grill. There's our dog. And come out here and take a look at the rabbits. Took some to the fair this morning, and I'll show you that right here, show you which ones went. And well, here you go.
I want to show her one of her babies, but they'll be full grown, okay?
No. They would be as a senior, not a junior. When were they born? The beginning of June?
Okay, as you can see, I took one male, the babies that you've seen in the previous female, and a young doe. And that young doe just had to go because she had quite the personality, as you can see in this little short clip. As you can see, she's quite feisty, so she had to go. Not sure why she acts that way, because these two here are her sisters, and they don't have that disposition. So I don't know. I don't want aggressive rabbits, so she had to go. But let's take a look at some babies. One of our Dutch rabbits had babies, as you can see. Let's back out a little bit. Now, I'll go in and get these out, but I'm not going to handle these too much, because I have discovered this summer that I've actually started to grow allergic reaction toward rabbit fur. I don't know why, and it just kind of pretty much came on all of a sudden this year. But you can see cute little Dutch, good colors. Looks like it'll be a good show bunny. Got the right markings and everything. Let's see if there's any. Oops. Looks like all these in here really could possibly be some good show bunnies. They got all the right markings. I don't have anything in here that would be too much of a immediate disqualification. So we'll have to look at them individually and see what we got going on. But it's gonna be hot today, so we put ice bottles and all the cages for the rabbits to lay on and to help keep them cool. And then the other rabbit that had babies is another Californian. And let's see if we can't see. Where are your babies? Well, let me get them out that way. We can see them that way. Yeah. There's a cute little baby. These ones look much better than the babies from the last litter. You know, they're more true to their color, but let's see if I can't find them again. Oh, where are the rest of them? Oh, there they are. Oh, right down in here. Oh, the babies. So we don't want to mess with them too much. It's too hot. So let's take a quick look at the garden while we're out here. And as you can see, the garden's doing pretty well. Start over here. This box has nearly all my onions in it, and this front patch is my garlic. And as you can tell, I need to weed, but it's kind of a pain to weed all this, all these onions, but we'll get it. And then my herbs, they kind of got hit by the heat. I think next year we're gonna do something different with them rather than planting them in those planter boxes. And then my wife's flowers, of course, that thing's taken a major hit, but it's not completely dead. It's still throwing green leaves, so it'll come back. Over here, more flowers, and this is the strawberry patch, which I'm gonna have to do something different with because the birds are getting all the berries before we can. So I'm gonna have to modify this box. And over here, this is what you didn't see in the last video. Kind of crowded, but that's my style. I like to keep things like it looking like this, very lush and very full. It also helps fend off some of the weeds. But it also comes in to the point where you go in with an idea of what you're going to get from the greenhouse, and you end up buying more than what you planned on. So that's fine. It's all good. We'll go through a little more individually. Some more flowers for the bees. And right here in front is mixed lettuce. There's a variety of stuff in there. I don't even know what it all is, but it's all lettuce. And then behind that is the kohlrabi. And if you never had a kohlrabi, that right there is what you eat. It to me, kind of tastes like a radish or a turnip, but that thing will get pretty big, about the size of a softball, and then it'll be ready to eat. And behind that, this here, which something's been eating on that leaf pretty hardcore, that is the cauliflower. And then behind that is the broccoli. And then up here in these planters, I did have carrots in there, which you can kind of see some have started to grow. But for the most part, something got in there and dug around, but you can see that back part is piled up. That was all flush, so something's been getting in there digging. I'm gonna guess it's the squirrel. And then my radishes, they ain't doing too bad. Again, I don't really like the planters or these pots, so that won't be done again next year. And then let's just swing around the back. Back here is my potatoes, and I did something different with them, but I'll wait till I get my results before I actually go into more detail on what I did different than what I see most people do. So we'll come back to that later after I see how things go and better evaluated. And then over here, these are my 3 raspberry bushes. I'd like to do more, but I'm limited on space, so we just did 3 to kind of just start working with them and seeing how to work with them. So let's go back to the front of the garden and go from there. So at the front here we have 2 different cabbages, purple cabbage and green cabbage. And then behind there, those big plants, those are zucchini. And then here, which needs to be weeded pretty good, underneath this string line are peppers. That string line is the hot peppers. This string line is, oh wait a minute, I got that backwards. This is the hot peppers. This is the sweet peppers, the bananas and the bells. And this is jalapenos, and pretty much just jalapenos. Now in the middle, these great big tall plants. I can't remember exactly what these are. This is the first time I've grown them. We was at the greenhouse, and the lady was, I was telling her what I do with all my peppers and whatnot as far as making a salsa. And she asked me if I ever grown these, and told me that they are a great additive to salsa. And I can't remember what they're called, but I keep wanting to call them tamales, but tamales is not the name, but it's something similar. So yeah, next time I see the name, I'll have to write it down because I can never remember exactly what they're called. So hot peppers, jalapenos, and now we come over to my tomatoes, which I do have. Let's see if I can't find it in the viewfinder. There we go. I do have a couple of tomatoes coming on, but these plants are little. This is my 3rd time planting them this year, I don't know what happened to the first 2 crops. Something was eating them. Kinda, I guess. They were attacking the plants and eating some of it, but a lot of times they would just bite off all the branches, and the branches would be at the base of the plant, and then I would just have this straight stalk, completely delimbed. Now some of the limbs were eaten, and some were just discarded on the ground, so not 100% certain of what that is, but if you guys have any idea, please share that with me. But when I planted this 3rd batch of tomatoes, one of the things I did was I got, let's see where they're at, marigolds. Planted marigolds in around the tomatoes, and since I don't know if it's just coincidence or if whatever was eating them has moved on, but since I planted the 3rd batch with marigolds, they have not been touched. I've read that marigolds are good deterrent for rabbits and squirrels and such, so I don't know, maybe I just proved it. I don't know yet, it's too much of a coincidence, so we'll just leave it at that. I do have a good big tomato plant back there, and that's one of them I started inside back in February. So, and then right there in front of it, a rogue potato plant came up, so I just left it. And I also got another rogue potato plant growing there, and then just behind it, those plants there, that is eggplant. That's also a first for us this year, for us completely, not just this year. Never grown it before, so we picked up 2 plants and just kind of tucked them in right there to give it a try, see how they grow. And we're in shade right now, but we're still kind of early in the morning, so once we get a little bit higher, or the sun's a little higher in the sky, this will all be filled with sun. And then behind it is my cucumbers. Kind of last minute deal. This is exactly how I wanted to grow them, but just lack of time to mess with them. I just threw some lattice on the fence there, and we're just gonna get them to grow up. And there's more down there, which, as you can see, needs to be thinned, which we'll be getting to that here shortly. And let's go up against the fence for now and start from there. Now these are something new to us as well. These are cheese pumpkin plants. Cheese pumpkins are like a pie pumpkin, and the fact that they are a sweet pumpkin, and they get their name cheese pumpkins because they look like the cheese wheels. So we bought a cheese pumpkin last year and gave it a try. My wife made an excellent tasting pumpkin pie with one, so I kept the seeds, and now we're going to try to grow our own cheese pumpkins. And again, I put marigolds out here, and then here is some cantaloupe, which are dotted all through here. Of course, this part of the garden is poorly weeded, but with the way these things vine out, it's hard to weed this side. So, and then we also got some watermelon. You can see there and there. Watermelon also planted throughout here. And again, I know this is going to get quite crowded, but that's kind of my style. I like to I prefer to have things looking crowded and full of green. I know some people, they like their garden super clean, and you know, you look out there and you can easily identify each single plant, which is nice, but that's just not the way I like to garden. I like lush and green, and let the plants just fill in as much of the area as I can. And you know, I guess you can call it a little overcrowded, but I artificially water my garden, and we have all the rabbit manure, so there's plenty of food and water to go around, so I don't see no harm in the crowding. We always get a nice crop of stuff, so I see no reason to change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's the garden, and this is going to be it for the outside projects update. So as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Give the old thumbs up if you liked the video. Comment below, and we'll talk to you later.